Welcome to my 3 hours with Bishop Asante Marfo-Ahenkora.
Well, welcome once again to my 3 hours. And for today, I want to go further and talk about the challenges we may face in our spiritual walk among our brethren. Sometimes, the big disappointments we get in our Christian walk don't come from the devil. Sometimes they come from the brethren. They come from those who are close to us and those who are our Christian brothers and sisters. Remember, our Lord Jesus Christ himself was betrayed by his own disciple, Judas Iscariot. He was denied by Peter, the one on whom he was leaving his legacy. He was denied by him thrice. He had to pray that after that denial, his faith will not drown, but he will be restored. When he had to go and pray with the three, he came to meet them sleeping soundly. He came back, and they were still asleep. They cared about their sleep more than what he was going through. I say this to let you learn that for me, my biggest disappointments in my spiritual walk has come from brethren. At a point, I nearly gave up the faith because, when the vision is cast away, like the Bible says, people cast off their restraint. It got to a point where I felt, if your own brothers can do this to you, then why worry your head about the church? Why worry your head about serving in the Lord? And that was my biggest test, the biggest test of my Christian life. Because when you fall into the abyss of I don't care anymore, then you lose your spiritual favor. And then you think, okay, if this is what Christianity offers, then let it be. And so you tend to relax, you tend to slow down, and then the enemy comes in, and your Christian lives and your fervency begins to grow colder. And for me, I trace my lowest Christian walk, the time of my lowest Christian walk, to betrayal and rejection and speaking evil about me. And for me, it is the point where my Christian life was lowest. You may be tempted, you may go through that period of your life. It's a low point because, like I described about Christ, when Paul was about to be killed, if you read the book of Timothy, Paul was at a very low point because Demas had forsaken him. Tychicus and the other people who were around, they were nowhere to be found. And if you read the account, you see how Paul was struggling because the key people he was trusting. So he told Timothy, please come early. And when you are coming, bring Luke with you, because Luke is profitable. Bring my parchments. Bring my cloak so that I can be warm. And you could sense, because the betrayal of people around him was sinking him. And that is a caution I want to share, that your lowest point may come when people around you betray you and they forsake you and they reject you and they speak ill of you, can bring you so low in your life. And that is where, for me, if I reflect, I had my lowest point in my Christian life, where I was asking myself, is it worth it? Putting your effort, your time, your energy into the church. But thank God, in times like that, we need God to help us. God helped me and brought one or two people into my life who brought back the energy. And I pray you also find people who build you up and not destroy you. People who talk down on you or build you up, not people who talk down on you and bring you low. People who despise you right there in the church and show how you are of no use. My brothers and my sisters, these are things that challenge, and I have gone through it. That's why I'm sharing, so that it will not surprise any one of us when we get betrayed, when we get, bypassed, when we get looked down upon. The Lord who has called you may use that circumstance to show you, just like I'm now sharing, just to let you know that we all go through low points. But then, God has a way of helping us out. If only we will ask Him, He would help us. So be encouraged. You are not the first to be betrayed. You are not the first to be rejected. You are not the first to be looked down and despised. That is what Christ went through. But He did it to save us. You may go through, but what you go through when you stay the course will lead to the salvation of others. Ciao.